Hello, I'm Steve Carples, and my family and I have been members of Bet Shalom now for over 16 years. And I wanted to just take a moment and shed some light on the background behind our new endowment campaign, which we have named Etz Chaim, so you can have a better understanding of where we came from. In order to really make sure that we're capturing and understanding the collective story of our full congregation. We first went and looked at all of the materials from when we built this lovely facility in our Bayit Shalano campaign, as well as looking at our 25th anniversary materials. And that provided a real richness of information. But we thought that, in order to understand the full diversity of connections that people feel, that it would be important to meet with different folks. And so we conducted 3 different focus groups covering more than 25 people that went from founding families to new members and different age groups, so that we could really understand their own personal connections to Bet Shalom and what it is that makes us a family of friends. As we started to think about Bet Shalom and these core values, it occurred to us that the core values are like the branches of a tree. They're very organic. They affect our lives. They help us and our kids get in touch with our Jewish identity, our heritage. It's so important. And as we were thinking about that, we were reminded of a midrash that I think most of us have heard at some point or another in services, the Rabbi Honi story, where Rabbi Honi asked the elderly man, why are you planting seeds for a tree when, clearly you're not going to enjoy its shade or its fruit? And the elderly man responded, because there are other trees around whose fruit and shade that I enjoy, and others planted that for me, and isn't it my responsibility to plant seeds for the future in the same way? And as we were thinking about that, we started thinking about the notion of a tree of life. And as we thought about a tree of life, the Etz Chaim, we thought what a wonderful image it would be for our endowment campaign. Why? Well, the Etz Chaim has a double meaning. It means the tree of life, but it's also the name of our Torah. And when we think about preserving and sustaining our core values, well, what is really the place where our core values are housed? But it's in our Torah. And so we felt that Etz Chaim is our campaign, and the notion of strengthening our roots was really the way we wanted to talk about our future. So now I wanted to provide some information about how you can learn more about Etz Chaim and how you can engage with it. First, you probably have already received a letter and a DVD that shares some of the stories of our fellow congregants and their connections to Bet Shalom. There are going to be a number of parlor meetings in people's homes, as well as here at Bet Shalom in one-to-one meetings, where you can get a copy of the brochure that we have developed. And this brochure will walk you through and help you understand the things that are important. Since really our future is represented by our children, there are illustrations by our religious school children in terms of what Etz Chaim means to them. Messages from both of our rabbis, as well as the case for giving. There are 2 spreads. The first spread really speaks about our connections with more stories of individual congregants and their individual connections to Bet Shalom. And the second part of the case is really about the financial need for the campaign. In the center of the brochure is a spread that really articulates what our core values are and our historical milestones and how they're tied to that. And then the brochure ends with a message from both the clergy and from Rob Kivel, the campaign chair, about asking everyone to please participate and learn more and join in what we're trying to accomplish. At the end, there is a pocket, and in the pocket are some inserts that will review frequently asked questions, directed giving opportunities, and provide a roster of all the people working in the campaign, people you can get in touch with for more information. So I want to say thank you. Thank you for taking the time to listen to what I have to say. And I also want to thank you in advance for taking the time to understand your own personal connections and engaging with Etz Chaim, and for helping us really strengthen for the future our wonderful family of friends. Thank you so much.